Hi, I would like to talk to you about something that's on my mind. Just thinking this morning about autism and the Christian faith. It's something that I basically deal with on a constant basis. Even ever since I got my diagnosis of being on the autism spectrum. I mean, how how does one navigate their own faith, know, knowing that knowing that they are on the spectrum? I mean, I have a friend at the Forum House who's also Christian. She goes to church, and she's also on worship team, and she says she speaks in tongues, and I don't. I know there are people who say that if you don't speak in tongues, you're not a true Christian. Well, I'm a Christian and I don't speak in tongues. That doesn't make me any less a Christian than my friend over at the farmhouse. I mean, Bible says that not all believers speak in tongues, and so I mean, I know there are people who are out there who are going to twist the scripture, saying there's only speaking in tongues to give a prophetic message. It's not speaking about tongues as a prayer language. No, it says what it says in the scripture. There's no need to twist that. Anyway, getting back to what I was talking about, having autism and be, being a Christian at the same time does present its own unique challenges. I mean, because autistics tend to be a bit analytical, and just like it's like they, I mean, it's like every, everything is like everything you experience is like in their head. It's just like it's like you're like we're like not we're like the diagnostic team, just picking apart everything, and just trying to run it through run, run, run it through our computers, and just yeah. um, there, there's a Christian pastor who's an autistic, whose name is Lamar Hardwick. I mean, he's written a few books about about the Christian faith, and one who's basically talking about himself navigating the Christian faith as an autistic, and I'm currently trying to read through that, and just so far there's one thing that I've noticed him using to defend that the, defend his position as yeah, I mean, the story of Jesus healing the blind man who was born blind at birth, and his disciples are asking who sinned? Was it the man or his parents that he was born blind? And Jesus said that neither this man nor his parents had sinned, but that we're that the works of God may be displayed in him, and he smears clay in the blind man's eyes, and tells him wash in the pool of Siloam, and he washed, and he came back seeing, and he was basically displaying works of God in his life, and it's isn't, I mean, and of course there are people who are basically left with debilitating handicap, and just and there's this famous blind person who basically wrote gospel songs, and that are part of like hymnals, and like she credits God for her for Christian insight, and just and there's also a famous Christian who's basically got like no limbs. He's got no arms and no legs, and he goes around sharing his Christian faith with people. Just so, is it possible for an autistic person to be a Christian? Yes. I mean, can an autistic person be used by God? Yes. I mean, God can use anybody he desires to for his glory. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that he will save them in the end, but I mean, they do have to come to faith on their own. I mean, even if they have the gospel preached to them, but God can use anybody he desires. I mean, even though those who are on the autism spectrum. We shouldn't belittle people who are on the spectrum as Christians. We should welcome them, and we should also make accommodations for them. I mean, there are like autistic friendly churches that have like accommodations, and make sure that the autistics don't suffer from like sensory overload, like the lights are too bright and the music's too loud, and it's like there's sense like overstimulating, like anyway it's anyway, it's an honor to serve God, even when you're even when you're autistic. I mean, Jesus does quote Deuteronomy, saying, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength." And that's the first and greatest commandment that God has put forth for mankind. And the second is like it: love your neighbor as yourself. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to share with you in this video. So, have a good day, and may God bless you.